Adding and subtracting large numbers with regrouping. When adding and subtracting large numbers, or we call these multi-digit numbers, we need to remember a few steps. First is to line up any digits according to their place value. For example, all the digits in the ones place of a number should be lined up and down, in order to make sure that we are adding the correct digits together. Same thing for the tens place, hundreds place, thousands place. When we're adding, it doesn't matter which number is on top or bottom, but when subtracting, the large number must always go on top. Think about this. I have to have my larger amount on top in order to take away from it. I can't take away from something that isn't there or isn't enough to take away from. The third thing to remember, whether you're adding or subtracting, is to always start at that smallest place, thinking about place value charts, smallest place to add or subtract. For example, if we have a whole number, we are going to start in that ones place, add or subtract that ones place, then move to the tens place, add or subtract the tens place, and then move up the place value chart depending on how many digits we need to add or subtract. Let's look at some examples. For the first one, we're going to look at an addition problem. We're going to add 12,459 to the number 23,624. 12,459. When writing the second number, I'm going to start with my smallest place. That is going to help me make sure that I'm putting the digits in the correct place. I'm lining those digits up that belong together. So in the number 23,624, there is a 4 in the ones place. I've lined it up with my 9 in that ones place. A 2 in the tens place. 6 in the hundreds place. I've lined up my commas. There's a 3 in the thousands place and a 2 in the 10,000s place. When writing my second number, by starting in that smallest place, the ones place, I can easily make sure that I've lined up each of the digits according to their place value. So now that I've done that, I'm going to start at the smallest place. So that's my ones place. I have 9 and 4. If I add 9 plus 4, I get 13. So when I write the number 13, I'm going to think about what that number 13 actually is. The number 13 represents that I have 3 ones and 1 10. 3 ones and 1 10. If I had $13, I would have 3 ones and a $10 bill. So because 13 has a group of 10, I'm going to put this 1 over here in the tens place. Okay, so again, 13 has 3 ones and a group of 10. I need to make sure that group of 10 is with my other tens. Now I can move on to adding my tens place. I have 1 plus 5, which is 6, plus 2 more is 8. 8 is a single digit number, so I'm going to write it in that tens place to show that I have a total of 8 tens, or 8 groups of tens. Now I can move to my next largest place value, the hundreds place. I have 4 plus 6. Well, 4 plus 6, good, 10. So again, I'm going to remember that 10 is a group of 10 tens. Remember, we're working in the hundreds place. So I'm going to carry that 1 over to my next largest place value. This 10 here is like saying I have 10 groups of 100, which is the same thing as having 1,000. If I had 10 $100 bills, I would have 1,000. I must put that 1 over here with the rest of the thousands and the 0 over here in the hundreds place. So now I can move on to adding my thousands place. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 more, 6. There's nothing to regroup or carry over to the next place value. I have 6 thousands, so I can move on to adding my next largest place, which is the 10 thousands place. I have 1 plus 2, or I can say I have one group of 10,000 plus 2 groups of 2,000, which is 30,000 or 3 groups of 10,000s. Make sure I have my commas all aligned. So when adding 12,459 to the number 23,624, my sum, my answer to my addition problem, is 36,083. Next, let's look at a subtraction problem. We're going to use the same steps when subtracting, but we need to remember that when subtracting, the larger number must go on top when we're stacking them. So we're going to subtract the numbers 1,455 and the number 12,629. Well, I know that my number 12,000 is greater than 1,000, so I must put my greater number on top. 12,629. And I'm going to subtract 1,455. Just like I did with my addition problem, I'm going to start with my smallest place to make sure that I have all my digits lined up correctly. Now notice on my bottom number, there is nothing in the tens thousands place. I can leave that blank, but if it's helpful, you could put a 0 there just to recognize what digits we are subtracting. So you can put a 0 there or leave it out. So just like we did for addition, we're going to start at our smallest place. And this number, again, it's the ones place. So I have 9 minus 5. Well, I know 9 minus 5 is 4. Again, my number 4, or my digit 4, is going to go in the ones place since that's what I subtracted. Then I'm going to move on over to my next largest place, which is the tens place. I notice that in my tens place, I have a 2 on top and a 5 on the bottom. This is telling me that I need to subtract 5 from 2. Well, let's think about this. If I had 2 of something, can I subtract 5? Can I take away 5 if I only have 2? No, I can't. I have to make this 2 larger. I have to give more to my tens place in order to take 5 tens away. So what we're going to do is regroup. In order to do that, I need to understand my place value. If I look at the 6 in the hundreds place, I know this means 6 groups of 100. I can borrow or take one of these hundreds away and break it up and give it to my tens place. I know that 100 is the same thing as having 10 tens. $10 bills, 10 $10 bills is the same thing as having 100 total dollars. So I'm going to regroup or take away one of those hundreds and break it up into tens and give it to my tens place. So on my algorithm here, I'm representing it by putting a 1 next to the 2 to show I have a total of 12 tens now, the 10 plus the 2 tens, and that because I took a group away from my hundreds place, I only now have 5 hundreds. So this is what regrouping looks like when we're subtracting. Now I can continue subtracting. If you get a little stuck when subtracting, use a piece of paper, maybe a sticky note or something along those lines, and use it to help cover up these places that you don't need to be looking at just yet. So I'm going to use this sticky note to cover up my hundreds, thousands, and those larger places. So now I can just focus on the tens. I have 12 tens because I regrouped, and I now can subtract 5. So 12 minus 5, 7. Now I can move on to my next place. Well, don't forget that in the hundreds place, we only now have 5 hundreds. We no longer have those 6 because we had to give some to the tens place. So I'm going to subtract the 5 hundreds we now have from 4 hundreds. 5 minus 4 leaves me with 100. Line up my commas, move on to my next largest place, which is the thousands place. I have my larger number on top. I can take 1 from 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. And I can keep moving to my next largest place, which is that 10,000s. 1 minus 0, remember we added that 0 there to show there was no zeros in that bottom number, or no 10,000s in the bottom number. I can say 1 minus 0 is 1. So the difference between 1,455 and 12,629 is 11,174. Now let's look at an example of subtraction when we have a 0 and that larger number. So here I've already listed my numbers according to their place value. I have 12,407 and I'm subtracting 1,455. So just like before, we're going to start with our smallest place, which is the ones place. I have 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5, 2. I'm going to write that digit of 2 in the ones place. Now I'm moving over to my tens place. Again, use that sticky note if it helps you focus. Well, I noticed that it shows that I have 0 tens. I can't take 5 if I have nothing. I can't take 5 tens from 0 tens. So again, I'm going to regroup. I'm going to take from or borrow from my next largest place. That next largest place is the hundreds place. So here I have a 4 in the hundreds place. Remember that 10 tens is the same thing as 100. 10 tens is the same thing as 100. So I'm going to take one of these hundreds away and leave them with 3 hundreds, break that 100 up and give it to my tens place. So now I have 10 tens and I can subtract 5 tens from 10 tens. 10 minus 5 is 5. But when I move over to subtract my hundreds place, I now only have 3 tens there. I can't take 4 from 3. So again, I need to regroup and borrow from my next largest place, which is the thousands place. So I'm going to cross this 2 off and write a 1. I'm taking a group of 1,000 and breaking it into a bunch of hundreds. 10 hundreds, if I had 10 $100 bills, that's the same thing as having 1,000. So I'm taking one of those thousands and giving it to my hundreds place. So now I have 13 hundreds, and I can take 4 hundreds from 13 hundreds. So 13 minus 4, 9. Line up my commas. Now I can subtract my thousands place. 1,000 minus 1,000 leaves me with no thousands. And I can finish my subtraction. My last place is the 10,000s place. My bottom number does not have any 10,000. So again, if it's helpful, put a 0 there to help you know that this just means that there's no 10,000s. So 1 minus 0 leaves me with 1 or 1/10,000. So the difference is 10,952.